If I struggled doing all this, somebody else should not. Once we're coming and going. The stress. We were panicking. Hello my darlings, welcome and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If this is your first time here and you'd like to be part of this amazing family, what are you waiting for? Click on the subscribe button, turn on your post notification, and you'll be notified every time there's a new video. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about how I relocated to the Republic of Ireland to join my husband. Oh my God, there were so many reactions. Some people thought it was too sudden, like, how did I do it like in such short while, and I'm already in Ireland? Other people were asking me, are you in Nigeria? And then other people were like, you left without saying goodbye. A lot of people didn't know about my move, and I love that. I love that. It's not all the time that you should be announcing your move. You should only be announcing arrival. They say we do not announce moves anymore. We just announce arrivals. And I'm that kind of person. I've always been like that. Even when I'm just traveling a short distance, the only people that would probably know that I'm traveling are my families, or people close to me, my friends who would know that I'm traveling. So the only the only time people are going to know that I travel is actually when I have arrived. That's when I'll be announcing that I have arrived. So yeah, how did I relocate? Like, was it really sudden? Was it really fast? How long did it really take? Now, if you've been following me on YouTube, you know that I've mentioned once that due to COVID, I couldn't actually apply for my visa. So initially, I wanted to apply for a short stay visa where I just needed to come visit and then go back. But then because COVID hit, I couldn't do that. They were not accepting applications or visa applications for short stay or category C, which is visit friend or family kind of visa. So they were not accepting that. I'm gonna make separate videos, like 2 separate videos, where I'll be explaining, to somebody that might be interested in applying for an Irish visa, whether it's visit friend, whether it's joint family or spouse category D visa. I'm going to make separate videos on that. So just stay locked on my channel and make sure that you subscribe and turn on that post notification, because otherwise you're going to miss out on this important information, just in case you'd like to visit Ireland. So later on we decided, okay, since we couldn't apply for a short stay, why can't we just apply for a long stay, which is category D, joint spouse visa, family or spouse visa. So yeah, we decided, since this is our plan, let's go ahead and do that. But of course, we were scared of rejection like any other human being. Even if you know that you would put in your all to provide all the authentic documents, you still have that feeling like, what if? What if? What if? So we decided we need to prepare for this, and this should not be a fail. We put in as much work as possible to make sure that it is not rejected, guys. So we started preparing for it already in September 2021. Yeah. September 2021. That's when we started preparing, getting all the documents ready. Was it even September or August? I think it was August. Getting all the documents ready. And traveling with kids or moving with kids is not easy, because then there's a whole issue of trafficking and so on. They need to know that these children are really yours. They need to obtain evidence from both parents. So it was really a hassle getting those documents. And coming from Namibia, where you go from one office to the next, and this office is telling you this information, the next office is telling you that information. It was a struggle, guys. It was a struggle. I thank my friends who were there, like who I could talk to on days when I was struggling to gather some documents, on days when some documents were being delayed. Yo. When I look back and I think back, and I'm like, damn, how did we do that? But anyway, so that was a struggle. So we needed to gather a lot of documents. But in my next video, I'm going to be telling you what documents exactly did we gather. And then we had to make sure that these documents are authenticated. I remember going to an office where I thought these documents could be authenticated, where I was told these documents could be authenticated, and they agreed that they can authenticate the document. When I went on that day, they told me, oh, they don't work on that day, I should come back the next day. I told them what I wanted. I explained to them to which country the documents are going. So I come on that day, like I had wasted like 5 days. I come back after 5 days. I'm being told, oh, we don't do this here. You have to go to a different office. Whew. I'm like, I need to submit these documents because the deadline we gave ourselves was okay. Since it was September, October, November, December, that was long because some of the documents we're waiting for were really taking long. So we thought, okay, let's give ourselves that time. At least by December, these documents should be posted. And imagine we don't have an Irish embassy in Namibia. So we had to post the documents to Zambia. So that needed to be done. I had already communicated with the people in Zambia. They had guided me on how to post them and all that. And they had guided me on what documents I should, submit. And they were very good. They were very kind. So now I just needed to gather all those documents that I needed. And there were a whole lot of documents, guys. I was very disappointed, but I told myself, you know what? Calm down. Go ahead. Go to the office where you have been told to go to. I go to that office. I'm told, okay, you leave the documents, you come back another day. Hey, I'm like, what? Everything else, imagine everything else was ready. So you guys who thought this was a sudden move, it was not a fast or sudden move. It took really long. It took really long. So after that, and then of course the documents were ready. You had to go through. My husband was like, go through, make sure that all the documents are there. Make sure, do not leave out anything. Make sure they're all signed. And knowing the kind of person I am, I can really forget. I'm very forgetful. But that time, I just had to make sure that I did the right thing, you know posted the documents, but I only managed to post them on the 14th of February. Guys, imagine from September, October, November, December, January. That was the only time I managed to post them. That's because, I don't know whether it's because I do not have people in my circle that work for certain offices where I can actually ask accurate information, because I feel like every time I'm looking for information, I really struggle. That's why I always love to come on platforms like this, actually, to inform people or to guide them on how to go about doing these things. Because I feel like if I struggled doing all this, somebody else should not struggle doing it. They should get it right. Like every time somebody actually asks me, like, how did you do this? I'm always eager and very excited to actually give information, because I feel like information is vital. Once you give the correct, accurate information, people are likely to get it right and do it in the right way. So yeah, that was it. Now the documents have been posted. Now it is the wait. Usually these visas take 6 months, but then they say that if you've submitted all the correct documents and everything is correct, you don't have to worry. Sometimes it also depends on the volume of applications. And this time around, because of the Russian and Ukrainian war, basically there were a lot of Ukrainians coming into the country. There was a lot of work. So we were told it might affect our application. It might take long. The moment that they received the application, they actually sent me an email. Let me see. When was that email sent? That they had received my application on the 14th. Was it on the of 14th of February? So that's when they replied that they treat applications based on the dates that it was received. And then of course they guided me to or they sent me a link of where I can go to view the status of my application. So from that day on, now we started checking the link. It's like that link is updated every Tuesday. So we started checking the link every Tuesday. Every Tuesday we'll check. Months were coming and going. February, March came, April came. We were still waiting. Wow. Ah, the stress, because you just want to know, even if you know that you did the right thing, you just want to know, will my application be accepted? Will my application be rejected? Even when you know that you have put in your all, because there's just that you don't even know what decision to make. Can I start packing already, or can I not? Because you are just not sure where you stand. You're not sure where you stand. What if I start packing and then the application is rejected? Should I already start, because you just don't know, guys. You just don't know. You just don't know what to expect. So we were checking, like every week we would check. And then there was a week when they had reached our date, and our date was skipped. The date of receipt, which is the 14th of February. That's when they received it. So they received it in Dublin on the 14th of February. So basically, um, our date had come to pass and we did not see our applications there. So now we were wondering, like, what could have happened? Like, why did they jump? Why did they skip the date? They've skipped the date. They've already come to the 20th. They're saying that they are processing applications that were received in Dublin on the 20th. So now we were wondering, like, what could have happened? Oh my gosh, we were panicking already, sending emails to Zambia, sending emails to Ireland, like to find out what has happened. How come our date was skipped? What has happened to our application? And obviously, because of the volume of applications they have, in Ireland, they never responded to our emails. But in Zambia, of course, the the people that were helping me in Zambia were very much, you know, um, prompt. Like they responded to us. They said, "Oh, from what they were seeing on the system, the applications were still with the visa office. They were still being, checked. They were still being processed and all that. We should just wait. We should just calm down and wait." We waited. We waited. We waited. Okay. Now the day came. That day, I received an email that was in June 21, which said a decision has been reached. The email said a decision has been reached on your application. The email came from Zambia. Can you confirm if they've sent you an email? Oh my gosh, guys, listen to the content of this email. A decision has been reached on your application. Can you confirm that you've received an email? A decision. You don't know what decision it is. What is it? I received this email like 9 a.m., but I didn't see it until around 1 p.m. That's when I saw it. I read it, I was already panicking, like, because now it was 1 p.m. and I believe 1 p.m. is lunchtime, so they might have gone for lunch. I sent them like 2 emails asking, what decision is it? Has it been approved or not? Those emails were not responded to immediately until after lunch, maybe around 3 p.m. there, 3 to 4 p.m. That's when now they responded and they said it was approved. You can imagine, guys, the happiness. I screamed. I jumped. We started singing, jumping up and down. Maybe even the neighbors were probably asking, like, what's happening to these people? What's happening? Why are they singing? We started singing, Jesus, you love me too much, oh, too much, oh, too much, oh, excess love, oh. I told my friends, only those that are close to me, like, oh, the visa has been approved. They were so excited and all that. And then on the 23rd of June, they sent us an official email and they told us, okay, they'll be sending back our passports, and with the visas in it, of course. And yeah, that happened. Now it was time for us to prepare to come. Imagine that was June. July, August. So we only had July. That was actually towards the end of June. We only had July, guys, to prepare. We didn't know what the decision was going to be, We didn't know what the decision was going to be. It's not like we didn't have hope. We knew we had tried our best. We knew we had done our best, but we still didn't know what the decision was going to be. So even though we were panicking somehow, awaiting the decision, I felt like we didn't really prepare much for the, movement or is it for the relocation? Or yeah, we didn't really prepare much for the relocation, especially because I was still working, you know, I was still working, and you know how it is. The notice at work, you have to put in a notice, 3 months and all that. And I was like, okay, what do I do? People at work were surprised. They're like, oh, you're going to Ireland. You're joining your husband. Ah, we didn't know. You know, my workplace is a very huge place. People really, everybody's just minding their, my previous workplace, I mean, everybody's just minding their own business. Everybody just goes there and do their things. They don't really, you know. So even though I took a leave when I got married, so most people actually, I don't know, most people probably, especially the people that dealt with the leave, I don't know if they didn't read it or something, because you put reasons why you are going on leave. So of course I did say I was getting married, but they just didn't read it, or they were just minding their own business, which is good actually. So a lot of people were surprised. So like, oh my gosh, you're leaving us, going to Ireland. Oh, you're married. We didn't know. Even when they like organized a farewell party for me, I had to like go give a speech and stuff. Like I haven't met most of the people like in my workplace and stuff, in my department. I haven't met them, but then there was an email circulating that one of the staff is leaving and stuff, so we should, you know, make a farewell party kind of for her and all that. So I think a lot of people came that day because they just wanted to know, like, who is this person that is leaving. I'm sure some people had known like who I am, but then I didn't actually know most of the people, because I'm a kind of a reserved person who goes to the office, come back home, office, come back home. So basically, most of the people I didn't know, most of the people didn't know me, have never met me. So when they asked me like I should say a speech, I went there and I said hi and bye. Everybody was laughing because I mean I haven't known them. I was seeing them for the first time. I was talking to them for the first time. At the same time, I was saying goodbye to them. So I was like hi and bye. So yeah, that happened. But thank God they didn't really have an issue at work where they said, oh, you can't go, or your notice is very short, or no, they didn't have an issue with that. So that was sorted. And of course, now it was the time for us to go, because of the fact that we only got like the response somewhere in June, and of course in August we needed to leave, so we didn't buy plane tickets. Now guys, the time had come for us to source for plane tickets. August is one of the most expensive, ridiculously expensive month when it comes to buying tickets and traveling. I am telling you, it was a hustle. It was a huge hustle. So already somewhere in July, we started sourcing for tickets, and most of the airlines were full. Ethiopian airline, Lufthansa. We wanted to get direct, you know, flights from Namibia to Ireland. We started panicking. The trip had to be on no matter what. The tickets had to be bought. We called different kinds of agents. And finally, we got this agent in Namibia who was very much helpful to connect for us flights. Now we had to connect flights. And connecting flights is not easy. It's tiring. You have children and all that. But we had no choice. We had decided it has to be August. Because then we also had fear that what if this COVID comes back? Because of the whole struggle of, you know, starting from the time that there was COVID, we wanted to do this, but most of the things had to be cancelled because of COVID. We thought, what if COVID hits? Another wave of COVID hits, and then we are here stuck, you know. That time my husband was already in Namibia, you know, prepared and ready to pick us up and come to Ireland. And finally, this agent just connected flights for us, and we made it here in Ireland. And that is how we got here. So yeah, in my next video, I'll be giving you detailed explanations of how you can apply for category D visa, Irish category D visa. If you have a spouse, If you have a family member that lives in Ireland and you'd like to join them, how do you apply for that? And then in my other video, I'll be telling you about the category C visa. When you want to visit your, your friend, visit your family, how do you go about it? Because I don't want you to struggle like the way I struggled. I don't want to see people struggle. I want them to go through it smoothly. So guys, this is my journey, to Ireland. This is how long it took. And here we are. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again in my next video. Bye bye.